Yo, what's up everybody? It's Describable here, and this is definitely a different type of video today. And before we get started with it, I just wanted to let you guys know you should subscribe because I am a new upcoming YouTuber, and it helps out a lot to get my videos out into the algorithm. Thank you. So, today we're doing quite a different topic today. We are actually talking about the Gorilla Tag community and how bad it has gotten. I just stuttered over my words. I'm sorry. But, so I should have wrote a script for this video, but I didn't. So we're going to see how bad I stumble across my words. So there's a few points that I wanted to cross, and we're going to get straight into the first one, and that is cheaters. As you can see on the Gorilla Tag TOS, it says no cheats or mods. But what does that mean exactly? Well, we obviously know what cheats are, but mods, everybody kind of knows what that is. Mods are something that can be added to a game's file that changes the game in some way. Mods or modifications are used in tons of different games like Minecraft and a ton of games you see on Steam. One of those games is Gorilla Tag. And people use mods all the time, right? Like, tons of YouTubers use something called the Bark mod menu. PepsiD uses his mod menu that lets you see, like, what cheats people are using. And sorry about my nose if you can hear it. It sucks, I know. But, really, why? I thought those weren't bannable. Like, the Bark mod menu is made not to be bannable. Well, sorry about my nose again. Well, yes. Those mods are, in fact, bannable. All those mods are bannable. Oh, but Describable. All my favorite YouTubers use the Bark mod menu. And, PepsiD uses his mod menu to catch cheaters. Well, on the TOS, it says no mods or cheats. That means all mods are, yes, bannable. But PepsiD has listed in one of his videos, or said in one of his videos, that he, in fact, takes the risk, and he is okay with taking the risk of using his cheat. As you can see right there, it says no cheats or mods in general. No cheats or mods in general. So that doesn't say, oh, you can use this cheat and this cheat, or this mod and this mod. And these aren't necessarily mods, but they are adding something to the game, modifications. And even if they're not used as cheats, they are bannable. And again, there's something called Cosmetic X, I'm pretty sure it's called. And people say that's not bannable if you can only see it. But it is bannable because you are pirating stuff from the game. And there are cosmetics that people pay money for. Like, there was this one pack with gloves in it. They're like those bandage gloves, and if you hold them together, you can actually abuse that to go flying. And now, what happens when you use that cosmetic with Cosmetic X? It has the same effects. So, that's pretty much all I wanted to say about cheating. And yeah, let's get on to the next topic. Now let's look at the Gorilla Tag Code of Conduct again. This is be nice to gorillas and have a good time. Well, what does that mean? Well, that means to pretty much be nice to everybody who's playing the game. There could be kids online, there could be teenagers online, anything. And that just means to, be nice to them. And, not be toxic. There is a report button for toxicity in general. That's pretty much what that means. But, I don't even know why this is a thing, but what even is toxicity or harassment, Being nice to people, people will report you for being better than them, because that's not being nice, And another point is, reporting people because they are, on a wall, and you can't go on walls, and, not coming down for them. That technically counts as, well, it doesn't really count, but people say it does. I don't really know, but that's pretty much all I wanted to say on that. So let's get on to the next point. Well, now let's talk about the first one, the most important one. No racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, or any other derogatory. I can't say that last one. I'm sorry, I butchered that. But we all know what, like, the few mean, right? Like, racism, we don't need to cover that one. Sexism, like, hitting on somebody because they're a different gender than you. Then there's homophobia, which everybody pretty much knows what that means. And then transphobic, it's in the name. But there is that last one. And that pretty much means anything that someone can't change about themselves. And if you didn't know, there's another one called xenophobia, which is hating on somebody because of where they are from. Or, like, people will make fun of British people for their accents all the time in the game. Like, it is everywhere. And that is xenophobia, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's xenophobia. And I actually encountered somebody in the game, which I didn't know at the time that xenophobia existed, so I was classifying it as pretty much just racism. But it is not racism, it's a whole different thing. But somebody was making fun of a British person for their accent. And I kind of, like, talked to them of that. And they were hard cheating too. And they were making fun of somebody because of their British accent, which is not okay in a game. So, let's just be nice to everybody. And just because they're, like, from somewhere else doesn't mean you make fun of them for it. And there are some people who can't change anything about themselves, but you are bullying them. And then there's homophobia. Just because someone has a different belief than you, or transphobia, just because they believe in this, doesn't mean you have to make fun of them for it, or doesn't mean that you have to, Like, you don't have to believe in it, but just let them be at least. But that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about that main topic. Let's get on to another one of my few things that I wanted to talk about. This next rule is super controversial. Do not troll or grief lobbies by being uncatchable or by escaping the map. Try to make sure everyone is having fun. Well, there are a few points in that we need to cover. Let's talk about the first part first. What does do not troll or grief lobbies mean? Well, we know what griefing minigames lobbies is, right? Going into a minigames lobby, and if you're playing, let's say, crates, tagging somebody on a crate. Or, going into, let's say, a monkey blocks lobby and destroying somebody's build. That counts. And then there's trolling. Maybe going into a casual lobby and making noises with a soundboard. That could be trolling. And, there's tons of YouTubers who do it. But going in and playing inappropriate noises, and that is that's bad. Like, people do it all the time. And then there's being uncatchable by escaping the map. Escaping the map on its own is bannable. Being able to even escape city map, through the glass, through tons of updates. They have made a mistake in city that lets people get out of the map. Getting out using that glitch is bannable. But, on the April Fool's updates, using a feature, escaping it, I don't think that's really bannable. But, and then, escaping a map on a public lobby to, make it so you can't be catched, or even going into tutorial to fake being new with your account that, you've been playing for a while, and that is bannable. There is a reason why when you open the game and you aren't in tutorial, or you are in tutorial, and then you leave the game, you're not going to be in it, so you pretty much just skipped it. There is a reason why that's in there. And then, before we stop looking at the TOS, I wanted to, this video is kind of becoming a TOS video and not the Guerrilla Tag Community is bad video. So, let's get into the last point on the actual board, and then we can start talking about it. So, that last point is one of the most controversial rules on the entire board. By griefing the lobby by being uncatchable. There is a stick where I'll try to put his video up on screen now. But he said that pretty much even being good, and running the lobby for like a lot of time is bannable. I've actually commented on that video to talk about it. And, he said, being good is fine, but running the lobby for like an outrageous amount of time, is just kind of makes the game not fun anymore. So that's pretty much what that rule means. And for a while, I didn't really like that rule, but, knowing it, it's fine. But when I got to the point where I was pretty good at the game and people started leaving because of me, I started to realize that, that rule is dumb and good at the same time. But nobody really cares about that rule. You're not going to get reported for it. But yeah, let's get on to the real point of the video, the Gorilla Tag community. Now, before we get into that, if you guys are still here liking the video, then please leave a comment of what other videos you guys would like to see and leave a like. Please, it's greatly appreciated. Now, the Gorilla Tag community. Holy crap, I have a lot of things to say about it. And honestly, a lot of people would probably agree with me in a lot of points that I'm going to make. The first one is, I don't really mind, the younger age in the Gorilla Tag community. They're fine to have around. When they get to the point where they were reporting you just for being good at the game, like slip slapping, for an example. Like, I'm able to, go on slippery walls and wall run on slippery walls for a while. I don't know if I've showed you guys that in a video before, but I'm pretty good at slippery walls. That's like my best thing, other than branching. And being able to go on it is an immediate report most of the time, if, there's a younger age in there. The problem is that not the people bringing them to the community, which people hate those YouTubers who bring them to the community, but it's the YouTubers using mods or, like debating with mod users and stuff. Kids, watch these videos and they think that they're super common. Like, there's cheaters every once in a while, but they're not common to the point where, if someone's a little bit good at the game, then you're going to be, they're a cheater. And then there's like the mod users who, actually are in the game and will use things like tag all to tag everybody. Now that's what people see a lot. Now, this is probably one of the worst parts about Gorilla Tag, this next point I'm about to make. And it has got a lot of people to actually leave the community rather than being young, teenagers. Like, people have left the community countless times because of this issue. It's the amount of racial slurs in the game and like homophobia, transphobia, what I made earlier, and even xenophobia and any other derogatory. I'm sorry, I still can't say that word, but there is a lot of people who leave the game because of how bad it is. And the point I'm trying to make here is that there are so many kids in the game, right? And when they hear this flashy new word, like it's an insult kind of, but some kids don't even know what it is because people throw it out so much in the game that, they start to use it. And there's like a few kids, like there was like a 6-year-old in a code who just joined and was saying a racial slur like a ton of times. Like he was spamming it like faster than both spammers are in Minecraft. Like he was like, I can't say how bad it is. Now, how would you like it if your kid went on Gorilla Tag and was having fun and then started saying a racial slur? I don't think anybody would really like that. And people don't seem to think about the impact that some of these words have. And there's the R word too. Like, there's a lot of words that people just throw out that they don't know that hurts people. Like, yeah, it's just a guerrilla game, but there is no excuse for saying those words. And people say, oops, it just slips out. That shouldn't be a word that slips out in a kid's game. And people say that you have to be like 13 to be able to play. That's not true. There are like 8-year-olds in this game. And I guarantee everybody watching this video, or rather, scratch that, everybody who has played Gorilla Tag has heard a racial slur before. And not in, I'm not saying like in that, but in Gorilla Tag lobbies of just people having fun, and then people will say it for no reason. And there is no excuse for saying those words in a game, in a kid's game about gorillas. And yeah, I mean, there's some really competitive people out there, but once someone joins the lobby who's a little more competitive than them, then they'll just say it if they get tagged. Like, I'm pretty sure you've seen shorts of this tons of times, but I'm pretty sure Peb has made a video on it. But yeah, this has to stop. And like, it's crazy. And then there's, tons of YouTubers everywhere. And like, I'm sure you've seen some other YouTubers' videos about like YouTubers and how they use these words on Gorilla Tag. Like, I can't believe how bad this community is with this problem. This leads me into my final thing. There is like this problem with the whole competitive side of Gorilla Tag, right? And there is a whole different type of cheater. Like, most cheaters who play the game, like, they don't do it to, like, I'm sure there's tons of them who cheat in, like, normal lobbies, but there's a ton that make videos, and camouflage themselves in the Gorilla Tag community of being legit good players, but has later been exposed for being, actual cheaters. Which sucks, because you trust these people, and you go to them for advice in the game, and they turn out to be cheaters. And then there's real good people, which now you don't trust anybody anymore, so you'll either see them in game, report them, or you'll just see them on YouTube, and you won't think they're legit anymore. Like, I mean, there's a YouTuber called Feathers, right? There is a lot of controversy on his part of the, side of Gorilla Tag. And nobody really knows if he's a cheater or not. It's like 50-50 about the community for him. Some believe him, some don't. Me, personally, I couldn't care less on the ground community. I used to kind of be part of the ground community, but I learned that if you want to learn ground, then it's a pain to do. So I kind of just went into branching and stuff. But, you trust these people, and then they're cheaters. And then there's people who have convinced kids in their lobby that they're not cheating, and will continue, obviously, cheating. It's bad. But, yeah, I don't want to keep this video too long, so that's going to wrap it up from me, Describable. And if you guys like this format of videos, then I'll continue making them. But, yeah, I'm sorry there hasn't been many videos. I've been working on a huge project, and it's only 3% done, 10% done. Yeah, it's gonna be a while. So I decided to whip out this quick video to, I don't want to lose too much engagement too quickly, but just comment of what kind of videos you guys would like to see. And that's all from Describable. See you guys later.